long time ago, you used to fill out a paper application, mail it into the board, or deliver it by hand. Then the board finally came into the 20th century, and you could do most of this application online. You still had to have like your transcripts mailed in, things like that, but we're going to do that for you. So then, I don't think it's just the massage board. I think many county agencies lost their contract or something for the online services they were using that would let you upload applications and such. So we're now back to paper applications. So it's very basic, but it's very frustrating. So we're going to go through the paper application today, and if you just follow along and fill it out, you can take that paper application with a cashier's check or a money order and your fingerprint card and a passport photo and mail it to the board or hand it in direct, and that's it. Because we're going to send in your transcripts for you. They have to come from the school anyway, and we're going to use your donations from clinic and stuff like that to pay for the transcripts. And so you can do all this with me today, put it in an envelope and send it off, and if you've got your fingerprint card and your passport photo, you're good to go. Like, if you put the materials I'm talking about in an envelope or deliver them hand to the board. Some people like to go down there and deliver them to the board because it seems to help ensure they don't lose your package and things like that. If you do mail it in, send it certified mail because you want proof that they got it. But this, so this doesn't really change anything except a little bit of convenience because you used to be able to upload all this stuff. And I'm going to go through line by line the application with you once I answer these 13 questions. Mr. Singletary.
Is that what happened? Because I tried, like, if you wanted to make payment online, it said that the services was disabled.
Yes, you can't pay online anymore, which stinks for renewals, too. They think they're going to get it fixed here, you know, eventually, but not fixed, but get a new contract or something. I just think I'm just shocked.
Yeah, because I thought money order or cashier's check, I'm like,
yeah,
I haven't done that since buying a house. I'm like,
yes,
okay.
You're right. They'll also take doubloons and pieces of 8. Yeah, I don't know. It's very old school. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But it's simple. It's just, I mean, it's a pain because you got to get a money order from a cashier's check from a bank or a money order from like a Circle K, 7-Eleven kind of thing. Yeah.
I almost forgot. If anyone is getting their passport photo, I completely forgot myself. No, don't wear black or white.
And don't smile.
Yes, I completely forgot. I had plenty of passports, and I went and wore a white shirt. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe what I just did. And my shirt blended in with the white background.
It just looks like a head.
So, if you didn't get your passport photo yet, no black or white. Anything else is fine.
Cool. Thank you, sir. Miss Correa.
I actually did pay online.
You were able to pay online?
I paid online. I have the receipts here. I took a lot of screenshots just in case.
Good.
But how do I prove that I paid online? I was just going to attach the...
Yes, that's exactly what you do. You attach pictures of those screenshots to the thing, and you're like, this is my proof I paid online.
Okay, and then the photo, do I also have to send that through digitally, or am I supposed to do physical?
That's going to be physical, too. Everything's going to be physical. I don't know how you're able to pay online. But...
Okay, so...
But I think you're going to be fine. If they accepted it, I think you'd be absolutely fine. Just send them your receipt, which is a screenshot in the packet.
Okay, so I have to print out okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you don't have a printer or something, if you email that to me, I'll print it out for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Miss Savarino.
I think Mr. Singletary asked my question. I was going to say if I could use one of my headshots that I have, because I have one where I'm not smiling and I just have a little smirk on. It's like a tan background, you know what I'm saying?
If it's 2x2, I think is what they want it to be. If it's 2x2, yes, you can use it, or close to it.
If I take a screenshot from the digital photo shoot that I did and just put it real small or whatever.
Yes.
Because I don't really want to go and take a
No.
freaking.
Also, by the way, everybody, don't worry. They don't post these things online. They put them in your file so somebody doesn't impersonate you. You know? So, like, nobody's ever even going to see these things. So, yeah. Agreed. Miss Severino, I'm sure that will work. Based on past experience, I'm sure that'll work.
Right, thank you.
Mr. Overman.
So I was thinking it was like Arizona ID or passport.
It
but
is.
Oh, so I don't need to worry about that passport.
No,
photo.
your
Photo.
Arizona ID proves that you are a U.S. citizen, and if it's a fairly recent one, and I even mean in the last 10 years or something, you're fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're golden. And you need a copy of the front and back of that, but you're golden.
Awesome.
And by the way, everybody, don't panic if you can't do the packet today and you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to delay me getting my license. Probably not, because they need to get the transcripts from us, and we can't even give them transcripts till you graduate, right? So, like, we're not under a huge time crunch here. Yes, we want to get moving because we want them to have this stuff and start processing, but my point is a couple of days isn't going to kill anything. Miss Green.
Okay, so sorry to reiterate,
No,
but
this is a
just to
good time.
clarify, we don't need a passport photo. I can use my state ID
No,
for.
you need both.
I need both.
Yes, the passport photo they want. You're right. They should be able to take it off your state ID, but they don't. You need a state ID or a passport, or it depends. But most of you will need a state ID or a passport. All of you need a passport photo,
Okay, so
which is a
I
passport.
need to get a passport photo, but I still have to show them my ID.
Yes, yes,
Okay. And
yes.
then where is the packet for the to fill out? Because I don't have that.
Yes, I will tell you the link online to go to here in just a second.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's not something that we already have. Okay. Just making sure.
No. These are good.
Also, I know that you were saying something about if people are dependents, but they make less than a certain amount a year. I have that information, and I did make less than the amount. I just need to know if I'm going to qualify to pay less.
I don't need to know the amount. Can I ask you, did your mother claim you on your taxes, or did you claim you on your taxes?
No, my mom claimed me on her taxes.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, my mom claimed me. You claimed me on your taxes, yeah?
Yes, I claim her on my taxes. But Mr. Tapscott.
Yeah.
Am I talking to the whole client?
It's
You are. I hate to tell you.
Okay.
I mean, we can talk offline.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm only working part time because I'm semi-retired. You could call it sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
So that's also So in other words, there may not be an issue based on income.
Right. So, and actually, it's a higher threshold because you are claiming your daughter, so it's two people under your income. So, I'll tell you what.
Correct. And I'm printing Elisa's return right now. For her own personal little return. I'm printing that now for her to bring to you.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to matter. I think it's going to be your turn that matters. And if you made less than $36,000,
there's an issue there because I don't have 2020 or 21.
Oh, okay.
I only did the last one I did was 19.
That's the bigger problem, is they're probably going to want to see,
Yeah.
unless she claimed herself for 2021. But if neither one of
she did a return, but she did not claim herself.
Okay.
But she's still in school.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, but I'm gonna bring it, and then let's talk offline. I may
Okay.
be able to get you some other numbers, and I'll
Sure.
pull my 19.
Sure.
That might be.
My real quick worry is that they're going to say they want 2021.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
that's-
It's not even due yet. So, but yeah.
Well,
It's all good. We'll
Okay.
talk offline.
okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Green. Mr. Craven. No? Okay, you changed your mind. Miss Dang?
Oh, dang it! Hello.
Oh, hey. I was like, I don't take it
muted
personal,
the
but
whole time. Dang it. I was
um,
gonna say, is there any chance for those of us that don't have a printer for you to like
yes,
print off the application
yes,
as well as like
Yep.
the tax information?
yep. We will.
Okay.
We want to assist any way we can, and we'd be happy to print off anything you send to us.
Well, so can you print off the application and then I like write in
You
instead
can.
of like filling it out digitally? Because that's like so much easier. That was such a pain to like do it on my phone.
Yeah, if you're doing it on your
Yeah,
phone, that is a pain. Yeah. Anyway, yes, we can print out an application for you. You can fill it out by hand. I recommend you guys type in them because they're cleaner. I think people inspect stuff less that's been typed into and stuff like that. But absolutely, sir, you can fill it out in black or blue pen. We can just print out an application. I can probably have it waiting for you at school today.
Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? Mr. Mitra did that. I just need the tax information for everything.
Yeah. If you send me your tax forms, you'll need to print them. We'll print them out for you. You'll need to sign them and then put them in with your packet. Yep.
For sure.
Cool. I like it. Miss Dang?
Yes, Mr. Tabasco.
Yeah.
So where is the massage board address so I can take the application in or mail in?
I'm going to put it in the chat, okay?
Okay, thank you.
It is. It is, yes, it is the same address for mailing and going there.
Thank you.
There you go. So I, by the way, put the link to where the forms can be found, and I put the address to where you want to take or mail stuff. Mr. Bose.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Bose?
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so I have a question. If I already have my passport, they're saying I need the little small picture.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
Okay.
I know it's confusing. They want the picture to put in your file in case somebody came along and said, you know, Mr. Bose did XYZ, and they'd be like, can you describe her? And they'd be like, well, it's an elderly gentleman with gray hair and a gray beard. And they'd be like, that's not Mr. Bose. That's her teacher trying to impersonate her because we can see the picture here. It's for your protection. And you'll never see it again. The passport is to prove citizenship.
Okay, so I remember seeing something on the like requirements for photos, like you wanted it to be a certain amount of years, because I have my passport, but that picture was taken when I was like 14.
Yeah.
So should I go take it again?
It's supposed to be within the last 6 months.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how they know that, although 14 might be kind of obvious. But it's
I
supposed
actually
to.
look the same, but who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you.
Yes. Miss Clayton.
I don't know why my hand's raised.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss Clayton. Miss Young.
So I just wanted to know all the stuff that I need for licensing before I get the license, just so
Okay.
I can kind of check off stuff.
Yeah, let me give you guys an outline, right? And let me actually pull up my little thing because I am going to go through the whole application, but let me tell you basically what you're going to need, everybody. And this is basically true. I used to have a checklist. Here we go. Basically true for everybody. Everybody must fill out an application that we are going to do together right now. And even if you don't do it with me, once you see me do it, you'll be able to do it on your own. It's not hard. Everybody needs to do an application. Number 2, everybody must pay. Whether you pay $22 because you are saying I made below a certain income level and you send them a copy of your taxes if you do that to prove that that's true, or you have to pay $219, I think, and 50 cents. We'll find out. $217, $219 something. It's on the application. In a cashier's check or a money order. So, application, payment, fingerprint card. Everybody must put in an application, a payment, fingerprint card, a photo of you. This is what they're calling the passport photo, but they just mean a passport quality photo. They just mean a little square photo of you. So, application, payment, fingerprint, photo. Then you have to fill out what's called a proof of citizenship form. It's very short, and most of you will use your passport, a picture of your passport, or the front and back of your driver's license or state ID to prove citizenship. And that is basically it for 99% of you. We will send in transcripts. You can't even send them in. We will send them in on your behalf, and we'll pay for them out of your money, really, but we'll pay for them. So you won't have to worry about that. You're just going to have to worry about getting this application, payment, fingerprints, photo, and this little form with a copy of your driver's license or passport to prove that you're a citizen. So 5 things. Did that help?
Yeah, and I'll also need you to print out the form for me because I don't have a printer at the moment.
Okay. Do that.
Thank you.
I love it. All right. I have left here. Miss Green. Miss Green? Okay.
Sorry, question. For the passport photo, can I just have someone take a photo of me with a white backdrop?
Probably. We used to do that when we did uploads. We'd just have you use your cell phone, and we'd snap them, and we'd upload them to the board. We didn't even go anyplace. So if you could do that and print it out somehow, you'd probably be okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, I'll get that. I'm gonna do that today. Try to do that today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just don't know if they count that as passport. Anyway, we used to do it for uploads. That's all I can tell you. That one, I don't know if they want a glossy photo. That's my only concern. But in the past, they didn't get a glossy photo because we uploaded them. Just like what you said. We do it right in class.
Okay.
We take a selfie right in class, chop it, and send it to them. Worked every time.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Do you think it would be smarter?
Yes. Like what Miss Dimitruk just showed would work. She's got glossy photos.
Okay. Where'd you get that? Did you go to a place to get that?
I think she made them for everybody, it looks like.
Okay, so I could have someone literally take that and just get it printed at a place.
Yeah, you definitely could. And then it would be glossy, yes.
I'll bring my camera and get your picture, and then I'll bring it to you tomorrow.
That would be so nice. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we were up at the fingerprint place, and we took pictures yesterday, so we're ready.
So much.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you for taking such good care of us, Ms. Dimitruk. Mr. Richards.
Can I just clarify? I got a cashier's check yesterday for $217. Is that what I need? Because you just said $219.
I'm sorry, Mr. Richards. I did. It used to be when you had to process it online, they charged you a $2.50 fee. And so I'm still quoting the past when we actually got to use a computer to do this.
Yeah.
But now that we're back in the Stone Age, $217 I think is exactly what you need. And it'll say on the form that we're doing. We'll know here for sure. But yes, you're fine. I'm just quoting old numbers. I apologize. Mr. Ma.
Yes, sir. As a resident of USA, I have both passport and a driver license. I don't know which one I should pick.
Oh. If you can copy them both, send them both.
Both?
Yeah, why not? Like, it doesn't hurt to send extra documentation. That way, if they're like, oh, we didn't want your driver's license, we wanted your passport, just send them both.
Okay.
I think you'll be fine. Just be extra careful. Yeah, why not?
But for the passport, also need two sides or just one page?
Just
right?
opened up, yeah, for that one page. Yeah.
Oh.
But both sides of the driver's license. That is important.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Miss Everson.
Yeah, I'm just curious if we were going to have a 15-minute break today.
We will. I'm going to have one in just a second. Let me finish answering these questions. We'll have a 15-minute break, then we'll come back and fill out the form.
Of course.
Thank you. It's a good question. Miss Clayton. No? Yes? Maybe? Is that an accident? Miss Carrillo.
The copy of the driver's license, is that needing to be printed too, as well? Or
Yes, you will need a copy of
everything just needs to be printed?
Everything's got to be printed on paper.
Okay.
Because we're going to send in a paper application.
All right.
You're going to have a paper cashier's check. You're going to have, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be, but you really is all this paper you're going to put in an envelope and either mail or send directly to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then question number 2, because this is for like if anyone else has this question. My husband and I, we filed jointly.
Yeah.
And our taxes came out $32,937. Would that have qualified?
I'm guessing, by the way, I'm not a tax accountant or a lawyer. I'm guessing that would qualify because I'm guessing that they will count one of you as the dependent and they'll say that's below 36 and you'll be in.
Okay.
And there's no, as long as you're not lying about your taxes, it's worth asking. Like, it's worth sending them in and saying, I'm claiming this benefit.
All right.
I think again, you know, this is not my area of expertise, but I would guess based on past experience with other students that you're going to get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Go for it. Mr. Lee.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, do I need what check? Cashier check or personal check?
No. Cashier's check, not a personal check. No personal check. They won't take a personal check.
All right, I got you, sir.
You've got to go to the bank or to a Circle K or whatever. You've got to get a cash. By the way, if you guys have a bank account, many banks will give you a free cashier's check. They'll do it for you. They won't charge you a fee. But yeah, get a cashier's check or a money order. It's the same thing, really. They want a guaranteed payment is what they're asking for.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Jones.
I was just wondering, so you were saying less than 36,000?
No, I said that for 2 people.
Gotcha. So for one, it would be less than like half of that?
Let's see, 200.
Essentially?
%. Hold on. Let's find out. I'll tell you. For one person, 200% of the poverty level is $33,975. If you made less than that, you should apply for it. And you claimed yourself.
Yep.
You should apply.
Nice. Okay.
With a copy of your taxes that we have to sign and send in. But yes.
All right.
From what I'm seeing, yep. I feel like I have Miss Clayton.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So my question is, when do you send in the transcripts? I'm guessing that it's at the end of next week when we technically all graduated?
Yeah. I mean, like, you guys have to graduate. They have to close the class, which they don't close it till Tuesday. Because that's when they do close it. I put in a request and then hopefully they send them in a week and I follow up with them. So I hate to say it takes a little while, but if you send in your payment with your application, I think they will start processing your background check, which is what takes the longest time. And that's why we want to get it going.
Okay.
Yeah. And I hop on those transcripts, but I don't have full control over them. But yes, anyway, the point is it's going to take at least a week after you graduate before those transcripts actually go out. But they already have your application and your payment, and you can kind of start working on. They can hopefully start on your background check. Mr. Richards.
So because I'm an illegal alien, technically, do I do I've got a driving license and I've got a green card. Do you
Yes, they need both those. Because you want to show you're a resident of Arizona, that's your driver's license, and then the green card they need to know you have the right to work here. And that's true for anybody who's not a citizen here or did not become a citizen here. If you're like Mr. Richards, who's not a citizen, that's fine, but he has the right to work here and his green card says he has the right to work. Yes, sir. What, you had more?
But my passport, I don't need, if I've got them 2 things.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to need your passport at all. You're going to need your green card especially, and a driver's license wouldn't hurt. Front and back of both.
Great, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Mr. Ba.
I just want to say I'm the same situation with Mr. Richard, so I don't need a passport thing.
No, you have a driver's license and you got a green card, right? Send them both. That's the two you should use. Yep. Yep. Because they want to know that you have the right to work here. Yeah.
Both sides for both, right?
Both sides for both.
Okay.
It's a pain, but yes. Okay. Miss Deng.
Hello, sir. I have a passport and a green card, but I don't have the driver license.
Oh, that's fine.
What can I do?
Use your passport and your green card. You'll be fine.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That's fine. That'll work. Okay, everybody. We need to take a break. 10:01, and we will fill out this form. Have your hand raised. Although, actually, I'm sorry, Miss Deng. I think you raised your hand first. No? Okay. Mr. Richards?
Can I just is tomorrow's agenda to see who's got time to make up? Because I don't think I have, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Or you could email again like you did last time.
We're working on it right now, but if you think you have minimal time, you're probably at golden. But
I don't
yes.
think anything, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'll double check, sir. But no, I don't know yet. But you're right. We'll get that wiggled together by tomorrow. Yeah. Close to tomorrow. Anyway, I'll let you know, sir. Time. Yeah, Mr. Ma. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I have a quick question. Should I put the two sides AD in the same paper or separate paper?
Good question. I would put them on separate paper. Oh wait, you meant the two sides, like the front and back of the driver's license or the green card? Yes. Try to put front and back on the same paper if you can. But it's okay. Yeah. Okay. They'll take either way.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. So, if you want, you can copy, go to the following website that I'm putting in the chat box, and you can actually get the forms from there and fill them out. If you go to that website, I will share that website with you really quick. If you go to that website, it will take you to here. And you'll get to a page that looks kind of like this, Arizona State Board of Massage Therapy. You're already, I think, on the initial application. If you go down here and click on Forms, there should be, here is your initial application form. You can download it, and depending on the PDF program you have on your computer, you can even fill it out on your computer. I have some people in class filling them out by hand. That is completely fine. Just use blue or black ink and print very carefully. So type or print these things very carefully, blue or black ink. But you can download this PDF right here. For those of you that can't do that, you want us to print a copy out, we will. We're happy to do that. You're just going to have to watch and kind of see what's involved here. Okay. So now let me take you to the actual form. So I filled out a form, and I'm going to show you guys it. I filled it out in red so you would see the stuff I did. Do not fill your form out in red. It is not legal. You must use blue or black ink when you're filling out any official forms. I did it in red so you'd see what's different from the form. You'd see what I did, okay? So let me share that with you, and we'll go through it. If you have any questions, let me know. Oh, hold on, not that. Oh, maybe that, yeah. Okay. All right. So, this is the initial application. Almost all of you, Mr. Ma and I will have to talk. He might do something slightly different, but almost all of you are going to say, I wish to apply for a regular Arizona massage therapy license with a blue or black pen. You will check this box here that I have in red. Okay? You are applying for a regular Arizona license. The other stuff, this reciprocity stuff, this universal acceptance, is for people that already have a license in another state and want to transfer that license to Arizona. But for the vast majority of you, you don't have a license in another state. You need to apply for a regular Arizona massage license. You just check that. Ms. Everson.
Sorry, I went to that website and it says one regular license, but I don't see the place to download.
Yeah, I can't find it either.
Well, okay, I'll take you back to it. Hold on, because I want you to see. You're right. Hold on, bear with me. Here we go. Tab. Bam. Okay. Wait, did we just take you there? Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Da-da-da. Okay. So, you were on this website, Ms. Everson?
Yeah.
When you scroll down, do you see this? I mean, do you see these tabs?
I do, yeah.
All right.
Okay. So
And you click on forms, do you see this?
initial, okay, there it is.
And here's your, it looks small. It is really weird because everything else isn't big. This should download the PDF.
Perfect.
Does everybody
Thank
else
you.
see that? I hope. Okay. I'm going to assume that's yes. All right. Let's go back to the application. And Ms. Everson did the right thing. Interrupt me. I mean that in a good way because we need to kind of go through this together. And by the way, I am available to help you with this after the fact, but for some people, this will be enough. They'll be able to do it all this. Mr. Jones, yes, sir.
For some reason, mine just has renewal application and then mandatory criminal reporting.
Yeah, you're on the first
address change.
You're on the first page. At the top of that page, look for something that says an initial application.
Okay, gosh.
Click on that. Scroll down. You'll see all these tabs. Click on forms.
Forms. Got it.
And then
Okay,
in very
thank you.
small print, it'll say initial application, download PDF.
Yep, got that.
Cool. All right. I love it. Okay, everybody. So we are applying for 99% of you are applying for a regular Arizona massage therapy license. You just check that. You put in your legal last name and your legal first name. You don't have to put in your middle name, but you can. Again, everything in red is what I did. You will do it in blue or black. You do need to identify whether you are male or female or identify as male or female. For other names here, this is not things like Crazy Craven, right? They're not nicknames. This is for other legal names you've had. So some of you are married and you have maiden names. And then that name would go down here. It's for the background check. So if you've had any other legal names, you would put them here. Miss Carrillo? Yes, ma'am.
I've had multiple last names.
Yes.
One from marriage and one from adopted.
Yeah.
So I just put, will they know that was a last name or will they think that's my first name? Is there?
I would put your whole name in there with the different last names.
Okay.
Comma the next one too.
All right.
Right? So yeah, put all your names in there. Just put commas between them. You need to put, yes, Mr. Richards.
So it says place of birth. Do I put just the UK?
Well, if you can do a city and a province, do that too.
So just Leicester, United Kingdom.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
right.
What, sir?
Leicester, United Kingdom.
Yes.
That's the city. Okay.
I would include even though they don't say country here, I'd include the country. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for saying that. Yes. So you give them your social security number, your date of birth, and where you were born. For some of you, it'll be Phoenix, Arizona, USA. For some of you, it will be, someplace in another country. That does not matter, by the way. They just want to know where you're born. This is a very funny box here. It says, please tell us how you want your name printed on your massage therapy license. And you would think that I could write something like, I want it to say Mickey T. But guess what? You can't. I don't even know why they have this there. It has to be your legal name. So I've had people be like, I want to be called, like Mickey Tapscott. And they're like, well, good, but you have to show us proof that Mickey is actually your first name. So I'm going to get Michael Tapscott whether I ask for this or not. So basically, your number 2, your first and last name, is going to be how it's printed on your massage therapy license. I guess you could leave out a middle name. Maybe that's why it's in there. But it's your legal name. So really, this line up here matches this line down here. Ms. DeBose.
So when I finalize, because I'm changing my name from Laurencia to legally to Sky. So once that gets finalized, do I have to do something?
Yes.
Different? Okay.
You sent in a name change form to them, which is fairly easy.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I do this first, and then I do the name change second, and then send in a name change form.
Okay, got it.
If you have a choice, yeah. Miss Correa.
I totally forgot. So this relates to both of the boxes. Well, I guess you already covered the bottom one. But the current and past names, do I include my middle name as well? Because I have a middle name.
Did it change?
No.
No, I think you're okay then.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Moving right along. Address information. They have to have an actual address, guys. They can't actually just have a P.O. box. You can have an address and get stuff mailed to a P.O. box, but you have to have an actual address. Doesn't matter if it's an apartment. Doesn't matter if whatever it is, but they want an address. And so this first number 3 here has to be filled out. Street address, city, state, zip code, country, email address. Make sure this email address is accurate, because they might email you and say, we didn't get your transcripts, and you want that information. So make sure this is accurate. Most people just fill this out and put non-applicable for mailing an employer. You do not have to give them an employer address. You may not have one, and it does not matter. And most people want their mail to go to their actual address. So for most of you, you will fill out the first part of this, your actual address and your email address, not a fax. Don't worry, I don't even know why this is on here. Nobody even knows what a fax is anymore. And you probably don't want to do, you can, but most of you won't even do a mailing address or an employer address. It is really good to put N/A in these areas. On official forms, people like to see that you read that area and said that's not applicable to me. I did fill it out. So you put NA on this one line and it kind of shuts that down. Ms. Everson.
Does it have to be the same as the license address that we're going to be sending as well? Like the actual Arizona state license?
I'm really confused. So
my Arizona says a different address than the one I'm currently at.
No, that's probably okay. That's probably, you mean it doesn't match your ID is what you're saying?
Yeah. I
don't think that's going to matter. Okay. Yeah. Tell them the address you reside at right now, where you want mail to go, and where you want. This is also the place where they're going to email you or mail you and say, we're missing your fingerprint card. You know what I mean? You want it to be accurate. But it does not have to match your driver's license, if that's what you're asking. Although, by the way, someday you should change your driver's license. But anyway, no, you won't get in trouble for that. You're fine. If you do have a different mailing address and you want to give them your employer address, you can. I don't know why you would, but you can. And there's nothing wrong with that. Then they say, what address of these above addresses do you want us to use when we list them on our website and for your contact? Like if the board wants to contact you, which of those addresses do we use? I would guess all of you would want the board to contact you at your residential address. But you don't have to. If you've got a P.O. box, you can have them contact you at your mailing address. But for most of you, your mailing address is your residential address. It is your home or your apartment or your friend's house that you're living at or whatever. The website is up to you. Here's where some people want to put a mailing address because they don't want people to have their home address on the website, which I don't blame them. But you have to provide some type of address for them for the website, which is annoying. If you already know where you're working, let's take Mr. Overman. Let's say Mr. Overman does not want his home address out there. He could put in the employer's address here, and he could have that for the web address, wouldn't hurt anything, and keep his contact information in his house. He could do that. Mr. Bose?
I think I didn't put my hand down, sorry.
Okay. Miss Carrillo?
Oh, shoot, that's fine, yeah.
Good. Miss Green? Miss Green? Miss Young?
It was an accident, sorry.
No. Miss Young?
So for like the street address of like your employer, would that just be like the building you work at, not their home?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
That is their
sure.
business. So it would be, if you worked for Miss Clayton, it would be her business address, not her home address.
I kind of figured, but I was like, oh, what?
That's why we do this. That's why we do this, to ask those kind of questions. That's great.
Thank you.
Mr. Richards.
And you just put non-applicable, or do you just put as above? If your mailing address is the same as your...
You could write as above. That would be legitimate too. Non-applicable or as above is fine, but put something there.
Okay.
They like to have that you're like, nope, doesn't apply to me. Mr. Craven.
Yeah, for the employer, is there a reason why they're asking for that, or
I can't really speak for the mind of the board, even though I'm on the board, because I didn't make these forms. Do you know what I mean? But these forms have been around since I applied for my license, and I think that they were assuming that most people would work at a single place and that they might want their employer's address listed, right? But that's not what happens anymore. Most massage therapists work for 2 different locations, like themselves and somebody else. They move around. It makes very little sense these days. Just like they're asking for your fax number on there. Is there anybody here who has a fax? I don't. So I think it's just old school stuff still showing up, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So we don't have to, even if we're working somewhere, we don't necessarily.
No. You're under no obligation to tell the board where you work.
Okay, cool.
That might change someday, but right now it's not. I used to have mine say the Princess, but I worked for the Princess for 13 years, and it was just kind of convenient. But it's very rare. Most people just put their home address and do exactly what I did here. You can do whatever, everybody, but most people put their actual address here, say non-applicable, and go check. Ms. Savarino.
Yeah, so I tried to download the document or whatever. I'm trying to fill it out, but my computer's like not letting me. I can't click nothing. So can I just get a printed copy? I promise I'll write nice and neat.
Yeah, I can also, if you wanted to, I could email it to you right this second too. The choice is yours.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah?
I was like, why is this not working? I was getting a little irritated.
Let's see. I think I can do that really fast. Here, hold on.
Thank you.
No problem. Hold on, everybody.
Try downloading it as a PDF as well.
Actually, I did do that, and I opened it in my computer. I don't know if I have Adobe or not, or if it expired. Stop eating that. Damn. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Touchcott.
No problem. Okay. It's coming to your personal email because that's just what I happen to have on my computer. Okay. And it's coming now. Bam. And we'll print it out too if you need us to. So either way.
Mr. Pascal?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Could I also get one of those as well? I was trying to print and my printer ran out of ink and I'm trying to fill it out at the same time.
Let's see. I think I've got you in here, your Gmail. And let's pop it over to you.
Thank you.
You are welcome, ma'am. It is on its way. Okay, everybody.
Sorry.
Yeah?
For that place of birth, city, state, and Providence.
Yeah, you won't have a Providence. Yours will be city, state, and country.
Okay.
Yeah. And some of you, by the way, don't do kind of city, state, and country. It'll be township and country, whatever. Just as whatever you would normally put down if you had to explain to somebody anywhere in the world where you lived. Ms. Dang.
Hi, this is Daniel, her husband. On the employer, if she's just 1099 independent, can she just put self-employed, or is it better to just put NA?
I think it's better to put NA.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Only reason I say that, sir, you're probably right. I mean, that other thing might work too. But we've been putting NA for 20 years, and it seems the board seems to like that. They're like, okay, no employer, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
And it doesn't mean she can't have an employer or can't be her own employer. It just means she's not giving out the address.
Okay, and then, because it does say to let them know within 10 days, so if she starts getting an employment somewhere, does she have to let the board know?
No, she does not yet. Okay. I have not seen that come up I know it says on the application, but I've never once seen that come up. There is a possible change in the law where they're going to ask us to all tell them where we're working for, but right now there's not. And I don't think you'd get in any trouble for that.
Right.
The stuff, by the way, everybody, the stuff you have to report to the board when it does happen is if you get arrested. So that's the stuff you have to tell within 10 days. They really do care about. And if you change your mailing address, your home address, let them know because they can't send you stuff otherwise. But yeah. Okay. Number 5, Arizona Statement of Citizenship and Alien Status. So, are you a U.S. citizen or national United States? Many of you, not all of you, many of you will just say yes here. And again, they'll say, okay, if that's true, where were you born? By the way, I do have people that are U.S. citizens and nationals that weren't born in the U.S. You could have become a citizen later. That's fine. You're just saying yes, right? If I'm going to use Mr. Richards as an example, he will say, no, I'm not. And then he will need to submit his green card, proving that he can work here. And then that's fine. So Mr. Richards would say no, and he'd say I was born over in the UK, and that's fine.
But which one do I tick if I put no?
Oh, I don't even think you have to actually tick these. Oh, it does say that by checking the appropriate box. Okay, I lied. You're an alien lawfully admitted for permanent residence. Are you?
Is that green card?
I mean, aliens granted son. I think it's going to be number 1 for you, sir.
So just tick that one.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I'm just reading the rest of them. Yes. I think in your case, and Mr. Ma's case probably, just tick number 1.
Okay, thank you.
Even if that's ticked wrong, what they really care about is do you have the document and the right to work, right? But yes, that's the only one that seems to apply. So, down here they're going to want evidence of citizenship if you claimed you were a citizen, or like how are you allowed to work? So for many of you, you're going to say, I'm going to submit my Arizona driver's license and put the expiration date on here, which is on your driver's license. I would say 90% of the class is just going to write Arizona driver's license or state ID and have the expiration date here. Mr. Richard, I'm sorry to you guys as an example, but I think it's okay. Mr. Richards and Mr. Ma will write green card here and put the expiration date there. Right?
So do we tick that, a non-immigrant section, number 9?
Do you tick
that number 9, a non-immigration? Do we tick that and then put the details you've just said?
I think you're going to tick number 1.
Oh, so we just tick one of them?
Yeah, just one of them. Sorry, okay. It's not one from each section, no. There's just so many reasons you can be in this country. And the real thing they're going to care about is going to have a green card down here that they're going to look at later. Right? Miss Everson, yes. Your hand's up.
Okay.
Miss Hendrickson.
Yeah, my driver's license is from Washington. I haven't changed it over yet. It's not expired. Do I need another proof to be that I'm a resident of Arizona, or is being a massage student enough?
Being a massage student's enough. You're not looking for reciprocity. You don't need proof you live in the state. Actually, you're going to be fine. But you're going to need to use your passport. Do you have a passport? I don't know if you can try using your Washington license. I don't see an Arizona license isn't issued to somebody usually who doesn't have the right to work here. And I don't know how Washington works. And so I think you might need your Arizona driver's license or a passport.
What if I had to prove residency of Arizona or
citizenship?
So what if I had my driver's license plus a birth certificate or
something?
Yes,
you can submit a birth certificate.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. That'll work. Birth certificate will work. Miss Dang. Miss Dang? Oh no. We lost everybody.
Oh no, yeah.
Did you lose them too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're
I hear
sorry.
you.
We blinked out for a second. I think we're back. Can you hear me now?
Okay, this is Daniel again.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I think on the name of the document being submitted, you might want to put Form I-551 and then also green card, just because you know how the government is. Their form number.
I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you. Don't use the slang is what you meant? Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you, thank you.
What was that number, Daniel?
It's on the card.
It's on the back of the card, but you have to write the word form and then capital letter I-551.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Hendrickson, are you done? Your hand's still up. I'm assuming you're... Okay. Mr. Bose.
Yes. So, you know how when you turn 21, you're supposed to get your ID rotated?
Yeah.
I got it rotated, but I haven't lost that one. So, I have the one that's the other way.
Does it show as expired? Is it expired?
No, my ID doesn't expire until I'm 65.
Okay, then you're fine. They'll take it. As long as it doesn't show expired, I think you'll be fine.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. Miss Carrillo.
I got kicked out, so we don't need to tick number 14, otherwise lawfully present.
No.
Okay.
No. You were born and raised here somewhere?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. You don't need to tick anything. Miss Carrillo, for somebody who's a U.S. citizen since birth, they're just going to click, yes, I was born wherever, skip all this stuff down here, and state ID, expiration date.
Okay.
Done. Yep. All right, English proficiency. This is the question I talked to the board about. But English proficiency says, is English your native language? And I actually can't interpret what native language means for you. I've even called the board and asked them in some sticky situations about this. But if English is your native language and you say yes, you skip the rest of this. That's it. You just say yes. If English is not your native language, you say no, then later you'll submit an English proficiency test. Not on this form. That can happen later. It can happen quite a bit later. So, yes or no to English proficiency here. Ms. Savarino.
Question, my birthplace is Sicily,
Yep.
but I'm a citizen.
Yep.
Are they going to look at my birthplace and be like, you grew up Italian and have to take a okay.
No, it's so weird they don't match those two things together. Like, they're not going to jump to a conclusion that you were born, they should, but they don't. If you could be born in Sicily and English can be your native language.
Got it. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, Mr. Richards, please.
So do we write in what you've just wrote in, or just do we tick yes?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Do not write any of this in red. Thank you for asking. This is just me giving you instructions. You just check yes or no on English proficiency. If it's no, what is your native language? If you answered yes, you just skip. But all this stuff written in red here, no. Do not write that. That's me just giving you instructions. Thank you for asking. And then your high school. And by the way, everybody freaks out because they're like they don't remember their exact graduation date. Just roughly the month and the year that you graduated. They're not going to kick out your application because you whatever. Did you graduate or get a GED or go to a place that was kind of like high school or something? And put that in there. Your high school there or below there could have been a GED instead. You can check that below. Ms. Hendrickson.
Yeah, I have a GED.
That works.
So should I put like the last high school that I went to before I got my GED?
No, I would just check below here where it says high school equivalent diploma and date awarded. That's it.
And then not put the name of the high school?
No, don't. It'll just confuse them. They want to know that you have a graduation or something equivalent to a graduation.
Okay.
So it's either where you graduated from or when you got your certificate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I won't have to like get a copy of that or anything,
No,
right?
I've never once had them even ask.
Okay, good.
But you're supposed to have graduated high school. And by the way, some of you are coming from other countries and you're like, well, it wasn't exactly high school. Don't worry. Your equivalent of high school, wherever you kind of graduated from, or your certificate's fine. Yep. Mr. Richards.
So because I'm from the UK, do I still do where I went to high school?
Yeah.
Or just put NA? Because obviously they can't check it.
Well, they probably can do anything they want, but they don't care. Yeah, no, do your graduation in the UK. That's normal. Yeah. Some of you have graduations in other countries. That's fine. Okay. The next part here. Oh, Miss Suriel, yes, ma'am.
Mr. Topsop, I got a question. Every time I renew my barber's license, they ask me, they are a mess because I have to submit my citizenship, my certificate for citizenship, because they always lost the copy or I don't know what happened. So I would like to know if here is the same. My husband told me that by law, they don't supposed to ask you for your certificate because if you have a passport that confirms that you're a citizen. So the point is that they don't care and they ask you, and I don't argue with them, but I just want to make sure in here they're not going to ask me for the certificate or I have to send it just in advance.
To the best of my knowledge, they're not going to ask for the certificate.
Okay. Yeah. It's just a hazard to take the paper and I'm afraid to lose it every time. It's just a mess.
No, just use your passport. That should be fine. It's always been fine in the past.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, everybody. So next, you're all going to fill this out this way. Exactly this way. And by the way, I know some of you went to Estrella and some of you went to Washington. You can put Estrella's address, but it's a lot simpler if you just put this Washington address. You're not lying. That's the main campus of Gateway. That's who's issuing your diploma, right? So you all went to Gateway Community College. You all got 700 hours of classroom clinical instruction. You all went to this address. Again, we're not lying. This is just Gateway's address. You attended from August 2nd to April 14th if you're finishing on Thursday. Some of you will be attending till April 18th, right? You'll have to come back on Monday and make up some hours. But, so put April 18th if you want. So the date of completion is your last day of class. There's other spaces here for other massage schools that you're just going to put non-applicable in because sometimes people go to two different massage schools and kind of combine their hours in a very weird way, which causes other problems. But you guys have the full 700 hours needed to graduate. Whether you went to another massage school or not, you don't really need to list it. I don't think it'll do you any good. You've got the full requirements right here. So basically fill it out exactly like this. Ms. Savarino.
You know what? I actually forgot. It's gonna come back to me.
I hear you.
I apologize.
All right, you got a cat going crazy. A lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, but it was a question. Damn it. I don't remember. Okay, I'll come back.
So everybody, and if you lose this address, you can look it up. It's Gateway's Washington address. And the reason I'm recommending you put down that address is I would hate for them to look up at Estrella and be like, well, wait, this is Estrella Mountain's address, but you went to Gateway. It just confuses people. So just put Gateway. That's you guys went to Gateway Community College, regardless of location. Yes, Ms. Savarino, came back to you?
Yes, immediately. It was about makeup time. So if I have like people coming over for graduation, is makeup time after graduation and Monday, or like can we like plan to go out to eat after or something?
Well, I mean, I guess you could come back in Monday.
Okay, well, like how? Okay, got it.
Yeah, like we're expecting to stay there. We have people that want to stay and finish up their stuff Thursday, so we're staying there. And I mean, I would prefer you stay Thursday, but I understand where you're coming from. I can't.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I got it.
Yeah, you could come back in Monday technically. Yep.
Well, because you were just saying about the 18th, so I was just asking like.
Yes, the 18th. The Monday is the makeup day. Yeah.
Okay, but I don't think I have that much time to make that.
If you don't have that much time, let me check into it. You might just kind of finish up, like hang out, take pictures after graduation, literally, and be like, now I'm done. I really mean that.
Thank you.
You guys are in the 1 hour, 2 hour mark or whatever. Like, you're going to be done not that long after graduation, the actual ceremony. Okay, everybody. So you went to Gateway Community College. You graduated April 14th or 18th. By the way, if you're not sure you're graduating, don't submit your address yet. Don't submit this application yet. There are a couple of you that have grades that are right on the edge that keep me awake at night. So you might wait till after your final. But anyway, some of you basically can't not graduate at this point. This next part, number 9. Have you graduated from a board-recognized school located in Arizona? The answer for everybody is yes. Do not write this part in red, but you do not have to take these 2 tests. You do not have to take this National Certifying Board of, massage therapists, and you do not have to take the MBLEX. So you just write yes. You're done. You're done. Most of you will not fill out this. There's a tiny, tiny chance that Mr. Ma will fill this out because he had a license before. And they'll say, where did you have a license? And he might write Nevada here. Actually, Mr. Ma will fill this out. You'll say Nevada here, sir. Yeah, even if it's not current. They want to know even if you had a past license. But the rest of you probably didn't have a license before. So you'll just write non-applicable here. Mr. Ma will write Nevada. Yes, Mr. Ma.
Sir, I should write Nevada or Nevada Massage Board?
Yeah. Nevada Massage Board would even be better. Thank you for asking, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And you're not even saying it's current. He's just saying I used to have a license there. Yeah. Then, right here on the paper, we used to not do this, right? This is old school now. You will actually tape your passport photo onto the paper here. When you tape it, by the way, try not to tape over your face and stuff. Just tape the edges on the top and bottom. Don't go nuts. But you attach your 2x2 passport photo here. It actually says no larger than 2.5 by 3 inches. No larger than 2.5 by 3 inches. Attach it right here. And it's actually not a passport photo, right? It's just a photo that looks like you could use on a passport. It's a square photo of your bust. It's from your décolleté up. It's your platysma up, right? Then, professional conduct. You have to answer all of these questions. And most of them are about whether you've committed felonies. And I've had people reach out to me because they're very worried about these questions. In general, if you, by the way, answer yes to any of these, you have to attach an explanation. Like, I was charged with a felony or an offense involving prostitution. That's the stuff they care about, by the way. Felonies and prostitution or anything that even sounds like prostitution. You have to be like, I was arrested for a felony 10 years ago. Here's what happened. I'm really sorry, whatever. If it's more than 5 years old, generally they just don't care, but you have to report it. If you look up here very carefully, again, I'm not a lawyer, but if it's a misdemeanor and it didn't involve prostitution, solicitation, moral turpitude means deceiving people like fraud. If it doesn't involve those things, you don't actually have to list it here. So we're looking for felonies or things that involve prostitution or fraud, basically. Those you have to explain, but even those, when they're usually 5 years old or more, they don't care. I've had some people reach out to me with stuff that's 20 years old. I don't even think you're going to, again, I'm not a lawyer, but I don't even think you're going to answer yes to any of these. I don't think it fits you unless you got a felony 20 years ago. They do want to know about that, but you're going to be fine. Ms. Hendrickson, yes, ma'am.
So charge of making a false statement, would that be considered fraud? It's a misdemeanor.
I think it might be misrepresentation. Right?
Okay, so I would need to.
Again, I really can't advise you guys too much on this stuff, but I mean, they're going to do a background check. And so I feel like honesty is the best policy when it comes to this stuff. They're going to pull it up, and hypothetically speaking, how long ago was this thing that happened with your friend?
Like 9 years ago.
Oh, I would definitely list it. And I would definitely just go with it. Just explain it.
Okay.
Just, I think it would be like up here, yeah, have you ever been convicted of an act involving dishonesty, fraud, or misrepresentation? And you would say yes. If that feels right to you. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm so sorry. I really can't, like, I don't know for sure. And then you'd write down, like, 9 years ago, I did this thing, and so sorry, it never happened again, and this was the exact charge, and whatever. It was, judicated in this court.
Paperwork about
what
the do you need to submit like a paperwork form of like what the convictions were or anything
You need
like
to
that?
submit a piece of paper that explains the conviction to them. But it's not a form.
Just your own words.
Yep,
though.
your own words. But they do like to know, look, right down here, they do like to know, written explanation, like what happened, right? What was the charge? When were you convicted? What?
Charges? Do you also have to put in charges if you weren't convicted of something? Like it was charged and then it was dropped? Like do you have to put that too?
I think, let's see, let's just read it. Have you ever been convicted of a felony? Have you ever been convicted of a class 4 felony? Have you ever pled no contest? Have you ever received a misdemeanor? I don't see anything that says if it's been dropped. So I suspect you do not have to mention stuff that's been dropped. Because it doesn't ask. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Mr. Jones. Miss Young.
I don't remember anymore.
Okay.
That was a really long time ago. You answered Sav and then you left and
I left you. Sorry.
I forgot.
Sorry.
It's okay. Happens.
Again, I'm around everybody for emails, talking to, whatever, after this. But I just want, some of you are gung-ho to go. I want to kind of go over it. Then we get to payment. Oh, Miss Young, yes.
I remember now. So, I'm pretty sure you're going to tell us, but I just wanted to make sure that you were probably going to email us today if we have any hours to make up.
I don't know if it'll be today, but soon, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure before, because I want to get the form filled out, pretty soon, so I don't have to worry about it later.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, what do you think you have to make up?
I don't think anything, but I just want to make sure, because I'm nervous.
Okay, I got you. You got it. I'll get back to you. All right, and Mr. Richards, you were right. $217 made out to the Arizona State Board of Massage Therapy. By the way, don't freak out if you accidentally said the AZ Board of Massage. You know what I mean? As long as it's quite obvious who you meant it to go to, it's fine. But AZ State Board of Massage Therapy is their official name. Anyway, if you said State Board of Massage, it would probably go through all that kind of stuff. Mr. Richards, yes, sir.
So I've got one of these cashier's checks. I've never used one of these before.
Yeah.
So it says address. Do you have to write an address on there?
Yeah, put the massage board address where you would be mailing this if you mailed it.
What was if I took it there?
Even if you took it there, let's put the address, though, on that thing.
So I'm going to leave this till I get there, and then let them tell me what to write.
No, you don't need to do that.
Okay. I was going to drop it off, you see, because I don't know the board's address, and it's not there's not a lot of room to write all that.
No, there's not, but usually you can fit it in there somehow. They also often have a stamp. Here's the board's address, by the way. There.
Great.
So that's what you could write in there if you want to.
So I could just put AZ State Board of Massage Therapy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Mr. Tapscott.
Yes,
it's
sir.
at the top of that. It's at the top of the application on the first page.
Yeah, that too. And by the way, Mr. Richards, they probably do have a stamp there. If you walk down there and say, "Here's my application, will you stamp this?" A lot of places have a stamp with their address. That's true. I think they're going to take it either way, as long as it has their name on it, as the person that it pays to. Make sure it has their name on it. Miss Deng, yes.
This is Daniel again.
Yes, sir.
It says purchaser's address. Whenever I've used these before, I never put an address.
Yeah. Does yours say purchaser's address, Mr. Richards? Oh, so you're the one who purchased the money order.
Right.
So
So you don't need to put anything there. All you have to do is put the name of the place that's getting it.
Yeah. Although don't you want to put your address on there so they match it up with him, right? In case they get them mixed up or something?
I think it's up to you. Yeah, but
yeah,
I've never put an address on these when
Okay.
I used to. No.
I just don't want them to. I want them to know the payments from you, Mr. Richards. Your name should be on there somewhere. That's all I care about. Yeah. So, by the way, some of you will not check. I paid by cashier. Well, some of you will. Everybody will check this. I paid by cashier's check or money order. Period. Everybody will check that. Some of you will not send $217. Some of you will click down here and say, I wish to apply for an application waiver. And you will only send them a $22 cashier's check. Still not a personal check. $22 along with your copy of your taxes, which, as we've discussed, need to be less than about $33,000 or $36,000, depending on if you have dependents and things like that. And you can do that. So if you click down here, you have to submit a copy of your taxes. And you need to sign that copy. It's you saying this is legitimate. And they're going to want recent taxes. But you could do that. And then only send them a $22 background check. And everybody I've ever known who's done that, who was underneath the line, has gotten approved. And then you go down to the bottom and you sign this. And by signing it, you're saying, I'm telling the truth. I signed it on this date. And you mail this application with the fingerprint card, a passport photo that's on the application, a cashier's check, probably an Arizona driver's license, a statement of citizenship form, which I'm about to show you, and possible right to work. So that would be your green card, and possible copy of your taxes if you're claiming you're only going to pay $22. I do need to show you the one more form. On that same form page, there's a citizenship form, which is very quick to fill out, but I need to show it to you. Mr. Overman, please.
Oh, you were saying you got to sign your tax documents. Where do you do that?
Just at the bottom. Usually they just like them signed. Most places like them signed. You're saying this is, you're kind of making it official. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. I guess my wife's got it.
Yeah, and they might already be signed, really. That's fine, too.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Hold on one second. I'll load something up here. Sorry, buddy. Okay, good. Bear with me. Okay, people. Yes, Miss Young.
So they would need a copy of my taxes as well. Like, no matter who you are, they need your taxes.
That's not true. If you're claiming that you're not going to pay the $217 because you're broke, right?
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, then you got to show taxes. If Mr. Richards already let us know he's paying $217, so he doesn't have to send taxes to them. They don't care. They're like, you got the money. Okay. The taxes are to prove that you're like, I made less than $33,000 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think I was claimed as a dependent, so I don't think I can.
No, unless your mom, who claimed you, made less than $36,000. You follow
Unless
me?
I'm a mom?
No, your mom is the one who probably claimed you, right? No, don't become a mom yet.
You're saying if my mom made less than that?
Yes, your mom, if she made less than about $36,000, you can still send in her taxes and still get the $22 license.
I don't think so, but I'll talk to her about it.
Just talk to her.
33,000?
About 30.
Less than
36 would be my guess. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Mr. Lee.
Yes, sir. Question.
Yeah.
What is how long lasts the application?
How long does it last?
So I'm not in a hurry, you know. I'm not graduated. Maybe we'll just relax a little bit with my wife, family, you know.
Yeah. Oh, how long do you have to apply?
Uh-huh.
Oh, a year?
Oh, a year. Also.
Oh, yeah. Here, by the way, I mean, I hate to tell this to people because then I feel like sometimes they
I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah. But anyway, the basic fact is you've got a very long time to apply. If you guys wait too long, what happens is the board will want you to take continuing ed. They'll say, well, it's been so long since you've been in school, but a year won't matter. Like you can wait a little while to apply. Yes, sir.
Months.
Oh no, months are fine. Months are fine. Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Months are absolutely fine. All right. Okay. So let me show you guys. Oh, Mr. Jones, sorry.
That's okay. So when you say we need to send our taxes, is it like, what form do you think would be good for that? Just our total income?
It's usually the first 2 pages of your 1040 tax form.
Okay, gotcha.
The first 2 pages cover and they don't need to know all the other stuff, and first 2 pages should be fine, and that's it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem, thank you. Why can I not get this to close? Alright guys, I want to show you one last form, which has to go in with this. It's proof of citizenship, whether you're a citizen or you're using a green card or whatever. It's very simple, but we need to fill it out, and I was trying to figure out how to get rid of something here. Anyway, yes, Miss Young.
Hey, I'm gonna ask like 20,000 questions because I'm not a great adult. But,
Okay, no, that's right. You're young.
So the 36,000 thing. So, would that have to be for last year's taxes, or this year's?
Last year's, which is 2021.
Okay, I was just making sure. Yeah. And it makes you pay less for the application or transcript or something?
Yeah. So instead of paying $217, you'd pay $22.
Okay, that works out. I had 217 all saved up anyways.
Yeah, you could just party with that. So if your mom who claimed you, if you can send her taxes in and she made less than 36,000, let me check.
Yeah, I asked her and she's like, "Of course I made less than that. That's a lot of money."
Yeah, then you guys are golden, and you deserve this. By the way, this is your tax dollars at work for you. I love this actual thing. The idea is that we want you to be able to make a living, so it's worth us supporting you, us taxpayers supporting you getting your license, so you can contribute to the tax basis and get other people their license. It's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
So please take advantage. Send in a copy of the first 2 pages of your mom's taxes along with your thing, and
along with my thing?
Along with your application and everything.
I was like, excuse me?
And only pay a cashier's check or a money order for $22.
Okay.
Yeah. You're welcome. Mr. Richards?
So this, when we've signed this and put a date, we don't put our graduation date, we put today's date, correct?
Yeah. You're just putting, you're just telling, yeah, exactly. Let me show you guys this really quick because it's just a 2-page form. It's super simple. It's not showing well on my computer, but it'll work. All right. This is the Arizona Statement of Citizenship. It was on that same online thing. All you do is type your full name here, today's date. You're doing an initial application. If you were born in the United States or you're now a citizen, you just say yes. Where were you born? And whatever you're using for proof of citizenship, most likely your Arizona driver's license or your passport and the expiration. It's all the stuff you already did. And then on page 2 of this form, you sign it. This is true. All the other pages on this form are about documents they accept for proof of right to work here. You just submit these first 2 pages. That's it. You just sign this and date it. Now, let's take a Mr. Richards just because he's a great example and he's very kind. He would say, no, he's not a citizen of the United States. Yeah. He would say he's born in England and he put down his green card form here, the expiration date, and he'd sign down here. And he'd submit a copy of it. That's it. That's the whole thing. Mr. Ma, yes, sir.
Yes, so just now you said just write the green card or the resident card. Just the green card?
Green card, so you have the right to work here, yeah.
Okay.
Green card, yeah. Well, your resident card might work. I don't know, is your resident card permanent residency?
Yeah,
is it permanent?
I think the resident card is green card, right?
I think it is. I think it is too.
Yeah, it is the same thing.
Yeah. Miss Dang.
Hey, it's Daniel here again.
Yes, sir.
It's sort of funny on the first part, it actually says, are you a citizen or national of the United States? And then underneath it says, if yes, where were you born?
Yes. Right, and so you're saying if no, do you put where you were born?
Right.
You probably don't have to at that point because they want to see the documentation either way. You're right.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but thank you for clarifying. You're right. Mr. Overman.
So, are we able to just submit the first 2 pages and disregard the rest?
Yes. In fact, nobody should submit more than the first 2 pages because they're all instructions for what documents they accept. You can, but you're just giving them paperwork to throw away.
Should we just tack it onto the back of the initial application?
Yeah, well, don't staple it on the application. Just submit it with it in the same package.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't staple it, yeah, in my opinion. Ms. Dang? Or Daniel?
Yeah, actually, again, on that same question, so even though it says if yes, where were you born, that's assuming that you're a U.S. citizen, but it's funny because it does say country there. But and then under that name of document submitting, so she should go ahead and put in the green card number, the form.
Yes.
Okay.
This is, I don't know why they do this because it's all in the initial application, but she's going to basically repeat what she did on the initial application.
Got it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Suriel. No. Okay. Ms. Mares.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I was on mute.
Okay.
Okay, so just a little clarification.
Yeah.
When there is a document asking you about where were you born, even if you have the citizenship, you have to state where were you born, because they cannot assume. It's something you just have to state.
Okay.
And the proof to that you have a citizenship is the passport. That is like the most accurate, because sometimes they don't accept the driver's license because up to, I believe, 10 years ago.
Yeah, if they're old. If they're old, they don't take it. You're right.
Yeah, and one last thing, when you have so when you are accepted to be a resident of the country, they give you the first card, which is for 2 years, and you have to write your date. After those 2 years, if everything goes well, they give you a 10-year resident.
Yeah.
Permanent resident, but every 10 years, the place where you're licensed, they write that name and they ask you, hey, can you send us your card? That will stop until you get your citizenship.
Thank you. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Miss Dang? Your hand's still up, but it might just be left over. Okay. Miss Mares, thank you for being so patient.
Of course. Mr. Tapscott, those 2 first documents, could you email them to me?
Sure. You mean the application, all the application stuff?
No, not all the application, just the first 2 couple
the first 2
documents.
Proof of citizenship.
Yes,
Got you.
And one more question.
Yes,
for
ma'am.
The starting date of the program, should I include the date when I first started in January? Or should I include August?
I think you should include the date you first started, January, because it's going to match your transcripts.
Perfect. That's what I did.
Yeah, and they don't care.
Thank you.
They don't care if it takes longer. Yeah, that's totally cool. So yeah, tell them your start date, and your end date. Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Anybody else? Oh, Mr. Jones.
So, I printed out the full packet that we just went over.
Yeah.
What else do I need to print out?
The full packet we just went over and the proof of citizenship form. Which should
Okay,
be on that
can
side.
you put that in the chat box? Because I reloaded mine and so I don't have it.
Oh, yeah, I gotta find it, but I can definitely do it. Let's see. Somebody just do that? Hold on 1 second. By the way, it's 11 o'clock. People that want to leave can leave. If you still have questions, stay on with me here. Ms. Mares, were you going to say something, or is your hand still left up? All right. And Mr. Jones, here, let's see. Aha. So, Mr. Jones, I'm going to put the link in here. And it's kind of down like below the place where you downloaded the initial form. So let's make sure you can find it. Same page and everything. but down below where you download the initial form, it talks about money orders, instructions, and their statement of citizenship download PDF.
Statement of okay, got it.
Got it. And it's like a 6-page form, but you only need the first 2 pages.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Richards, please.
So I think I made a mistake. Obviously, in the UK, we do it the correct way. So we do the day, month, and the year.
That's
I
right.
Did that, sorry, Ms. Quillo. So when I did my dates on the form, I did it that way. Is it probably best to write above the box day, month, year, so they know what I'm talking about? Or should I start again?
Yes, you probably should write above what you meant by that. Yeah. By the way, I do agree you did it the correct day. Why would you go like big, little, bigger? Like I really think we should all say year, month, day, right? Like, I don't even think I should say I live in Phoenix, Arizona in the U.S. I should say I live in the U.S., Arizona, Phoenix, so that you can find me. But anyway, regardless, I think using our nomenclature for date is important. Yeah. Get with the program, sir. Don't be trying to push your British ways on us. Okay?
So I just put a D at the top of that number and an M at the top, so they know which way round it is, right?
Yeah.
So that's start again. Yeah, is that good?
I think you should clarify those things. I don't know putting a D above there. I meant, could you write? I don't know. I think you should redo it and do the date correct.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, but I think it's worth it. I'd hate to have it kicked back to you. You know? Miss Everson.
I have so many programs up. My question was on 4. It says the residential address will be public if no other address is given.
Right.
Where will it be public?
It'll be public on their website. Mine's been public there for 25 years.
So people could just find where you live?
Yeah, they could. I think it's a really silly thing. I totally agree. But I don't know what to say. You can, though, if you have a P.O. box or a mailing address, you could use a different mailing address and give them your residency and then put down the mailing address and say, I want you to send my stuff to this mailing address. I want you to list the mailing address as the thing on your website. You can do that. But you need to come up with another address then somehow. An employer address or a mailing address or, something.
Could I use gateways or no?
No. Because we're not going to process your mail for you. Right?
That makes sense.
Yeah. But I like what you're thinking. Miss Dang?
Hey, it's Daniel again. Hey, Simon, since I've lived overseas a lot myself, what I do whenever I'm filling out forms, I just put the number, like if it's November 11th, 2010, I put 11 and then I write NOV and then 2010. So, just to be clear.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. He's always trying to buck the system, Mr. Richards. I'm sorry, Mr. Richards. Hey, any other questions, anybody? Again, I'm still available to answer questions. We still have time. I meant outside of today. But I want to get some of you started because some of you can literally write up your packages today. Mr. Ma, yes, sir. Talk to me.